Surely someone will reach out a hand and show you a safe place to land. Roots of my lovelies, inspiring you to live an empowered life. Hey my lovelies, welcome back to our channel. Today we're going to be talking about a topic that could be a game changer for you, that could help you parent better, and the topic is intentional parenting. Don't forget to subscribe and join this social empowerment community. What is intentional parenting? How does it look like? How does it function? And how is it going to benefit me? So these are questions that you're probably asking yourself if you're hearing about intentional parenting for the first time. But again, that's why I'm here. That's why we have this social empowerment space where we inspire, uplift, and empower each other. So my lovelies, get yourself a cup of tea, get yourself a coffee, and let's change our parenting game. Being intentional means actively thinking about how your actions, your responses, and your decisions are shaping your children, their behaviors, and their emotional well-being. First off, let's actually break down what intentional parenting actually means. Intentional parenting does not mean being perfect. Show me a perfect parent. There isn't any. We're not perfect ourselves. I'm a mom myself, but intentional parenting is all about making conscious decisions and actions in how you want to parent and raise your children, and what kind of children do you want to raise, what kind of adult do you want them to be in the future. That's what intentional parenting is all about, and has nothing to do with perfectionism. Just in case you're already thinking, oh my god, too much pressure. No, take out the pressure. We're going to go through it all step by step. My lovelies, don't forget to subscribe, of course, if you're new here. Instead of reacting in the heat of the moment, intentional parenting is all about reflecting and responding in a way that aligns with your core values and the kind of person you hope your children to become, So definitely it's all about finding healthy balance, even in the most stressful of situations. That's what I would refer to as intentional parenting. So one may wonder, why is intentional parenting important? As a mom, I must accept that parenting is one of the most challenging roles out there, but it's also one of the most rewarding roles if you really choose to become a mom or a dad or a parent in any way. And intentional parenting helps you to foster stronger connections with your kids, builds their self-confidence, intelligence, emotional intelligence, and helps them grow thoughtful, empathetic behavior. And in the end, they'll turn out to be very empathetic adults. And that is what we all want for our society. For me, from my personal experience, intentional parenting is all about me slowing down and really listening to my children's needs. It's never easy, especially as a single mom, but I really intentionally take out the time out of my busy schedule and listen to my children, just not talking, but also have conversations and get to know what their needs are, what their dreams are, what their desires are, where I've made mistakes. Yes, as moms, as parents, we're allowed to make mistakes, but most important is acknowledging these mistakes and having these conversations and dialogue with your children. So for me, that is what I can say from my experience, and wanting them to know I'm fully present with them is something that I really, really treasure. You can share your experiences in the comment section as regards your type of parenting and why you parent that way, or if you're even practicing intentional parenting, because again, we're here to empower each other. All right, so let's get into some practical tips on how you can bring more intention into your parenting. It doesn't have to be complicated, but it does require mindfulness. And that's why we need like some core examples of, practicing intentional parenting. First, take some time to reflect on the values that matter the most to you and your family. Is it kindness? Is it curiosity? Is it respect? Honesty? Whatever they are, make sure your parenting decisions align with those values. If you want to nurture children that are going to be adventurous, if you're going to nurture children that are going to be kind, then you have to consider those values. But most important, they must align with your family and what your core values are. Definitely. Not forgetting, it is important to define your values and of course lead by example. Next, be the model. Kids learn from what we do than what we say. If you want them to be patient, show patience. If you want them to be respectful, you have to be respectful to them. If you want them to to be kind, you also have to be kind with them and with strangers. But there's no, you're going to tell your children you have to be kind when you're unkind, or tell them to be patient when you're always stressed and shouting with them and being impatient with them, because they cannot understand what exactly you're trying to talk about. So lead by example. I know it's really tough, but through practice and repeated behavior, you will be able to master that. Another tip would be being present. Being present is very key when it comes to intentional parenting. Just imagine the amount of time that you can dedicate to your children, to having conversations, to listening to their problems. And I would advise you to maybe say every day between 3 and 4, I'm going to switch off my phone. We're not watching TV. We're just taking a seat on the couch, reading a book together, asking them how their school was, asking them how their day was, asking them about their dreams. What do you want to be when you grow up? What do you love about this life and this world, And that means offering them undivided attention, even if it's just 10-20 minutes, it still means a lot and can be of great impact. Encourage problem solving. This is a tricky one, okay? And I'll tell you why. But before I go there, rather than jumping in to fix everything, encourage your children to think problems through, on their own. It builds resilience, it builds self-confidence. If your child falls down, don't rush to be like, oh my God, what can I do for you? Let them be able to recognize and acknowledge that maybe they're hurting, maybe they're bleeding, and be like, oh, come here, let me help you do this and that. Or if your kids, maybe if you have more than one child and they're having a conflict, don't rush immediately to come in between. Let them solve their conflicts by themselves before you come in, unless it escalates, of course, because they're going to need these skills in future, even in their adult life, or even when they join kindergarten or schools or, the workplace. So they're going to need this resilience, these problem solving skills, and it's much better when they're built right from childhood. And it will also save you lots of trouble, lots of stress as a mom, because again, you don't have to jump at every whim that your children make. And my final tip as regarding, intentional parenting, I would say reflect and adjust. Intentional parenting is a journey. It is not a destination. It is not something that is going to happen overnight. It takes practice, it takes thought, it takes reflection. So just reflect on what's working and what's not. Be flexible and adjust your approach as your child grows. And keep in mind, every child is different, every child is special in its own way. So if you have more than one child, you really have to treat them depending on their character, on their personality, and on their desires. You really have to keep in mind such stuff if you're going to do intentional parenting. Let's go over a couple of real life scenarios where you can apply intentional parenting. Tantrum in public. We all know that, yeah? You're in the supermarket shopping, your child knows they're not supposed to have chocolate, they're not supposed to be eating sweets, and suddenly they'll be like, Mom, I want chocolate, Mom, I want sweets. Some kids will even, fall down on the floor, start kicking and screaming. How do you handle that? Automatic reaction would be scold them, get frustrated, but an intentional parent might pause, get down to their level and ask what's going on. How can I help you feel better? Explain to them why they can't have that chocolate. Explain to them why they can't have those sweets. Explain to them why it's not okay to scream and kick in public, and worst of all, in the grocery store, So I know it's easily said than done, but like I said, it is a journey. It takes practice, Every time you're in such a situation, take a deep breath and remind yourself, I want to intentionally parent. I want to practice patience with my child. I want to have proper communication with my child. I want to know what my child is going through. I want to know what my child is feeling right now. And that will help you respond with empathy instead of anger. Second scenario is homework. Oh my God, homework struggles. I've been lucky enough not really to go through that. My children have been independent from the time they were small, but I know that is something many parents struggle with, that really can cause so much frustration, so much anger, so much stress in the family. And this is my tip. I mean, scenario is your child is frustrated with their homework, they don't understand anything, everything is terrible, mommy. I can't, I don't know, all those kind of things they have to say when they don't want to do their homework, or even when they're just tired and they don't really understand anything. I would say normal parent reaction is always, I'll step in and in fact even try to make sure they complete their homework, because I don't want to deal with the drama. Maybe I'm tired, maybe I'm stressed, single mom like me. But my tip would be maybe to tell them to take a break, take a break, go play for 1 hour, and let's get back to the homework exactly after 1 hour together. Let's try together again when you're feeling better, So it's also about fostering resilience, When you start something, you really have to complete it. But you also have to learn to listen to your body. If your body is telling you, or your mind, we're exhausted, we're tired, I can't think anymore, then take a break. But you have to teach your children that. Instead of going like, you have to finish your homework, just come to them and be like, do you want to take a break? Do you want to have a snack? Do you want to read a book with me to get your thoughts off the mathematics homework, and then we can try again together? Those are the examples that I can give you. Of course, I don't want the video to be extremely long, but I would like you to give us examples of scenarios where you've lost it. You've lost your patience, you've lost all your parenting skills. Which kind of scenarios are those? And then we can empower each other in the comment section. And of course, I can also give you more tips on how to deal with such situations. I'm also curious to know what kind of parenting are you practicing with your children, or if you plan to become a parent one day, what kind of parenting do you intend to practice with your own children? So I would say, as a close of short, what you'd call a conclusion, intentional parenting isn't about being perfect. No, none of us is perfect. There isn't a single parent out there that is perfect, but it's all about, being present, being mindful. It's about making small, consistent choices that show your children they are valued and loved. That is what intentional parenting is all about. And remember, you don't have to do it all at once. Like I said, it's a journey. So start with small steps, day after day after day, and watch, it grow into something beautiful. My lovelies, thank you so much for watching thus far. If you love this video, don't forget to like the video, don't forget to comment and give us your tips and insights. Of course, share it with other moms and friends. And if you've not yet subscribed, of course, join our social empowerment family by subscribing and turn on your notifications so you never miss a video, because we have a new video at least once a week, and I'm always live here every Saturday at around 4 p.m. So make sure to join us. And of course, you can also follow me on other social platforms, be it Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter, Snapchat, Threads, under the same name, Bruce Hoff, and DM me with any of your questions. My lovelies, I'm here to inspire, uplift, and empower you. Thank you. Vielen Dank.